Chapter 296, Semi-Devils and Demigods. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer, who had just arrived because of the Kion Dragon army, was shocked. There's actually someone else. He stared warily at the spot where Songshi was looking. Dark clouds were rolling, but there didn't seem to be anything. Whoosh! Whoosh! 12 people, one black and one white, appeared out of thin air beside Songshi. They were so fast that other than Songshi, not many people present noticed them. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer had originally wanted to stall for time and create advantage for the Kion Dragon army. However, when he saw the two of them, he was almost scared out of his wits. He took 2 steps back in fear and asked in surprise, Black and White Snake Demon Venerable, "Young Master, it's said that the spirit land of the Sky Ghost sect is filled with evil spirits. I'm quite interested." Baiyuer did not even look at Perfected Lord Demon Slayer as she sized up the ghost pit with a teasing expression. "Let's go." Songshi left behind a word and crossed thousands of feet with a single step. In the blink of an eye, he arrived inside the ghost pit. He formed a seal and pointed at the void. Crack, crack! A series of electric snakes jumped up at Songshi's location and twisted rapidly. They spread out with a dazzling light and formed a terrifying electric net. If anyone approached rashly, they would definitely be electrocuted. Ghost Fiend, who had hurried over, saw this scene and his expression turned ugly. Damn it, there's an ambush on both inside and outside. Blood-robed old ghost, Perfected Lord Ghost Fiend, you can't escape. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer chased after them confidently. Behind him, an army of cultivators had already arrived. This gave him confidence. Even if the two of you are really the 2 demon venerables of the Snake Clan, don't even think about getting any benefits today. At this moment, he suspected that the 2 snake demon venerables were illusions. He had heard that this blood-robed old ghost had chosen the ancient illusionary scroll on the Langia Immortal Opportunity platform. He might have made up this illusion. Moreover, even if it were really the 2 demon venerables, he believed that with the army of cultivators that was already here, he did not have to be too afraid. This array formation is nothing. You want to stop him? Songshi was disdainful. He mobilized his nomological power and condensed runes with his hand seals, pointing them at the array like worms entering the electric net. The array formation that contained the power of lightning collapsed with a bang, revealing a gap. Stop them! In the army of cultivators, the leading general gave the order and shot out streams of nomological power and true essence. The cultivation techniques cultivated by these cultivators seemed to be systematic. Their stats were extremely compatible and they cooperated seamlessly. They had practiced this many times. Under the lead of the leading general, the power of many people quickly transformed into a huge colorful seal that was more than 1,000 meters tall. The mountain-like seal floated for a moment before it pressed down heavily. The oppressive aura was released first. Rumble! Thousands of cultivators joined forces. It was really majestic. The colorful seal shook the void and enveloped Songshi and the others. Ghost Fiend's body sank, and his face turned pale. Even with his cultivation, he felt as though a calamity had descended. The other disciples and elders were even more pressured to the point of being unable to fly. Their chests felt stuffy and they could not use much of their cultivation. I hate cultivator armies the most. Everyone is clearly so weak that they can be killed with a slap. But when they gather together, they can move an elephant despite being ants. Black Snake looked disgusted. Baiyuer revealed a solemn expression and volunteered, "Young master, let me do it." "No hurry." Songshi turned around and a glint flashed across his eyes. "It's true that there's strength in numbers, but it will also cause your strength to dissipate too much. No matter how well you cooperate, you can't compare to being a strong person." His body shone with golden light and flames jumped. He grabbed at the void and a spiritual sword with golden runes appeared. When Perfected Lord Demon Slayer saw this, he frowned. "Why is Linger's sword in your hand?" "She gave it to me as a love token." Songshi acted as if it was true. Clanging sounds reverberated as spiritual sword ki erupted. The dim space that was covered by the seal suddenly lit up. A fused sword aura that contained pure yang fire and metal origin tore through the darkness and slashed against the treasure seal. The latter continued to fall, but in the next moment, it trembled and a sword mark appeared. Then, it caused the combined power to become chaotic, breaking it inch by inch until it collapsed with a bang. The huge seal was like a firework that bloomed in mid-air. It was dazzling, but its power was not displayed fully at all. It was destroyed halfway. It actually broke the combined attack of the cultivator army. The ghost fiend was stunned. His worldview was shaken by this unequal change. He had personally seen the cultivator army use a similar method to directly destroy a sect protecting array formation. It was not something ordinary individuals could compare to. How is that possible? Even a soul transformation cultivator wouldn't be able to withstand this attack so easily. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer was a little confused. Not to mention him, even the entire cultivator army was shocked by this outcome. They stopped in their tracks and fell silent for a moment. What are you waiting for? Do you want to be hit again? Song Shi glanced at the dumbfounded Luo Kai and the others before passing through the broken array formation and entering the depths of the ghost pit. Young master, you broke the joint attack of the Kion Dragon army with your dexterity. I'm really impressed. Bai Yuer smiled coquettishly. Her beautiful eyes were filled with amazement as she twisted her waist and followed closely behind. He knows array formations and knows how to break battle formations. This person knows too much. Black Snake sighed in his heart. The unwillingness to accept his fate dissipated and he gradually accepted his fate. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer stopped in front of the array formation and looked at the array barrier that was beginning to recover. There was fear in his eyes and he did not dare to pursue anymore. The blood-robed old ghost is actually more powerful than the rumors say. He is really beyond my expectations. In so many years, he is the first to break through the attack of the Kion Dragon army with the strength of a nascent soul cultivator. He is truly the enemy of cultivators. The armored general of the Kion Dragon army landed with a dark expression. He sighed and said, "Is our country's future really going downhill? Why did we encounter such a freak of nature? Hey Emph, it's just that his strength is abnormal. I don't believe he is that influential." Perfected Lord Demon Slayer was indignant and the veins on his hand that was holding the demon-subduing pole bulged. Regardless of whether he can influence the country or not, the key is that this is troublesome. With him interfering, I'm afraid it will be very difficult to deal with the remaining members of the Heavenly Ghost sect. The general frowned. The Crown Prince already suffered a disadvantage in his hands. I'm not going to waste time here. It's better to stay away. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer's expression changed. After a moment of silence, he brought up another matter. Do you think the two people beside him are the Black and White Snake Demon Venerables? Wasn't he captured by those two greater demons back then? It doesn't look like an illusion, but it's too unbelievable for these two demon venerables to follow him. The general hesitated for a moment before shaking his head. No matter what, it's better for us to stay away from him. The situation is getting worse. It's better for us to gather more troops. If he really attacks, we have a larger chance to die of old age if we have more support. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer looked at the latter coldly. You're one of the demigod of this country's semi-devils and demigods. It's not good for His Majesty to hear that. This place is too high and the Emperor is far away. What's there to be afraid of? Moreover, His Majesty has already reached the soul transformation realm. He's probably thinking about ascension. If he really has to choose between staying in the world and ascension, he will definitely choose to ascend. The general said meaningfully. Perfected Lord Demon Slayer's expression changed. Since all the remaining members of the Heavenly Ghost sect have been chased to the Spirit Land, let's seal the Ghost Pit and announce that we have destroyed them completely. Brother Demon Slayer is wise. The general smiled. This time, not only was the Kion Dragon army dispatched to deal with the Heavenly Ghost sect, but the Fiend Eradicators were also helping them. This kind of compromise naturally had to be negotiated between both parties.